Now, do you coach the offensive line too?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, guys, as promised, here I am with our guest, Marshall Mummer of Johnston City High School in Illinois. Double wingers. Coach, how long have you guys done it?
We got in at full time in 22.
22. Okay. What were you guys in before that?
We've been in a little bit of everything. A lot of wing slot stuff. Dabbled in some spread pistol with when we had that type of personnel. Uh, Coach T and I both have had several different backgrounds. We kind of decided double wing fit us, what we had, what we needed to do. Got in it, and it's treated us really well.
And when you went in, obviously you went to the state semifinals this year, had an incredible run. When you guys decided to go to it, what was your number one resource for learning it, picking up those little tips, the little details?
We watched a lot of film, a lot of Tim Murphy stuff as well.
Yeah. Okay.
He drew a lot from what he does, watching some other people that are really good in the double wing, and just picked up a little of this and a little of that. Kind of tried to make it our own.
Well, two Illinois programs running the double wing religiously at a high level. One is you guys at Johnson City. Number two, Wilmington, up a little bit further north in Illinois. Both double wing teams. And when I say double wing, if I just say double wing, I'm talking about double tight, double wing, tight splits, student body right, student body left. That's the base. When I say double wing, that's what I'm talking about. Coach, without further ado, we're just going to let you share your screen and share with us a offensive drive or two.
All right.
Walk us through it.
All right. Have you got it?
We got it.
Okay. Well, I can't see my play button. That's strange. I don't have any of my controls at the bottom.
Hmm. Try hitting escape real quick.
Nothing.
Might have to refresh there. We'll cut all this out.
All right.
So don't worry about it.
Let me stop the share and go back.
Yeah, stop the share. Click into your huddle on your own there and take it down, take it out of full screen.
Never seen it do that before.
That's the way it works.
I can see the bar at the bottom, the video bar, but I've got no controls and it won't escape.
See, that's why you need Huddle Classic, baby.
Here we go.
That's true. That
I
never
like to zoom
happened
in
in
and
Huddle
see
Classic.
techniques and where guys are lined up.
You still zoomed in?
Yeah, maybe
I'm
just close
zoomed
that
in.
window and start with a fresh one.
Let me try here.
Yeah, his way. Yeah, there you
All right, let's open that back up. I got it now. For whatever reason, every time I go to full screen, okay, here we go.
You got controls?
I do not. I have no idea. A while ago when I was doing this, I'd made my own meeting and it was
Yeah.
there. Everything worked fine.
Maybe you'll have to not go full screen.
You can try that. I told you yesterday I'm about half a computer idiot in the first place.
Well, Zoom brings up a whole new set of issues, so it can be finicky.
Okay, I've got controls, but that sure isn't very big.
No, just see how big you can drag it there.
I can come in a little bit more. You just won't see the back end guys, but they don't matter so much a lot of times anyway.
No, they don't matter at all.
Okay, is that going
Yeah,
to be
just
big enough
zoom
if I
in
go
there
about there?
tight. Yeah.
All
Yep.
right.
So if you
Okay.
go full screen, you lose all controls.
I lose all controls at the bottom. All I can see is the bar here. Lose everything under it.
Huh. Do you know if your arrows will work to control it?
They might.
Sometimes, usually like space bar will play, and then my arrows left and right will control it.
Yeah, it can, yeah, you got that going.
Yep. Okay, so that's 10. Up restarts it. Yeah, I think we can make that work. No, that one.
There you
Okay, let's try that. You getting that on your end?
Yes, sir. Now it looks like you still got controls. All right.
All right. Okay, so this is the first drive, first play of the game for us. Superpower, obviously, base play on our offense. We're going to run it to the right here. Right out the gate, first play of the game. Miscommunication up front. We let the nose guard go completely free. Luckily, our backside guard and tackle, when they pull, recognize it, get a piece of him, take him with them on up into the hole. Coach T and I were, joking around a lot, about this offense. It's the only one we've ever run where you can block a play maybe half right and still get 3 or 4 yards if everybody just stays on a block. And I think that's probably a lot of what makes it work. If you just kind of get after people, get on people, running backs run hard, good things can happen. So we end up with a gain there on what should be busted play. This will be second down. We got 4 yards on a crack play. We're going to come right back to it anyway. This time we blocked it correctly. Should have said start. They're starting at 50 here, 5-2. Chose this film because they will give us a couple different looks down the way here. We'll pick up the first down. Run counter back the other way. Inside linebackers starting to flow a little bit.
Yeah. And coach, I guess that's not even necessarily counter. That's still just power, isn't it? But with the false motion.
Yes, sir, it is. You caught me on that one.
I love that. That's one of the things I love so much about it. It truly looks like counter, but it is straight up power, man, safe as can be.
It's the same play, just with one less blocker. But hopefully you're blocking people with your motion if they've got their eyes on that. Come right back, run it the other way. No motion that time. Not a great gain, but we'll take a 3-yard gain, 4-yard gain. We're happy. And
Boom,
counter
there's
back to the
counter.
boundary.
So what changes for you guys when you block counter versus when you block power? Because obviously still guard and tackle are pulling.
The guard's responsibility. If we're running power, the guard's going to wrap, get up in the hole. If we're running counter, he's going to kick. He's going to take the fullback's job.
Simple enough. Yep. Now, is this against you guys? Is this against Sesser?
Yes, sir.
They've been pretty good last couple of years, haven't they?
They have been. They beat us last year in a close one. We weren't real happy about it. It was a big game everybody was looking forward to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now they're going to break that 50 look. They're going to get in a 4-3. We've got kind of a tilted 9 here to the field, tucking in, playing maybe a 6, maybe a 7 up top, hard to say. We get a lot of tweener shades from time to time. I would assume people trying to mess with our rules, which that's smart. I don't blame them. And we're going to run counter back to the boundary. No, we're not. That is play 13. The next play will be counter back to the boundary against 4-3. You can see it's nothing special, nothing flashy. We're running superpower and counter. Play 15. Right back to power. Pretty boring stuff, but we like it. Yeah, they're going to jump in their goal line front. They'd shown several over the years playing them in this, seeing them play other people. So we weren't really sure exactly what shades were going to be. Thought we'd test the water here, and Well, actually, we're going to have our right side tight end false started here. So sets us back in the chains, which is obviously not good for anybody and definitely not good for us. We do not like to get behind the chains. But we can get a surge up front and run wedge. Everything had been halfback driven, just try to test the water with the fullback a little bit. Luckily, in this case, it worked out. 2 point, we were not kicking extra points this year. We never got real comfortable kicking them. So we just went for 2 all year. Wedge worked last play. We'll run it again. We're not afraid to run the same thing over and over again. So that would be the first drive. Second drive would start about midfield, got good field positioning. Back in their 5-2. And we're going to run super power to the boundary. Not a great gain, but we'll take it. 3 or 4 yards, we're happy. Now, the inside linebackers flow pretty hard here. So we saw that run counter next play. They didn't necessarily do what they did the previous play. Kid feels really hard. Our tackle did a nice job picking him up. Back made a nice cut off his back. It was a nice gain. Not an ideal look to run counter into when they're not flowing, but there's enough stuff going on. They lost track of him. He squirts through for a good play. 34, something happened with our clip. That was super right. We don't have the whole play. Quarter break. Same drive, obviously. Super going to the right. This could have been a really big play. It was still a nice gain. I don't like our tackle's eyes on this play. He needs to be looking here. His eyes are obviously going upfield. Misses that backside linebacker scraping. But we get a nice push. We'll take that gain. Test the water here with a little toss play. Back didn't make a great read there. Our blocking halfback had the block, and he didn't trust it. Most everything's been off halfback, so we're going to come in and run a little lead play, just to keep people honest with the fullback, not to forget about him. Get a 3 or 4 yard gain. Next, we'll play 40. That's the play you saw earlier, a little dummy motion, run super back the other direction. If you notice their front now, they're starting to dive bomb a little bit. We see that a lot. When we're having success running the ball, we'll get a lot of defensive linemen just trying to dive. I didn't catch that quick enough on the next play. This running back for us, he's a real good kid. He's good hard run and actually gets in here. I did not notice the dive bombing, so wedge had worked last time. I was going to just run it again. Not so good when they're dive bombing. Much better to stay off tackle in that case. But live and learn. They can't all be right. But that's our first 2 drives in that game.
Coach, love it. Let me go ahead and unshare your screen.
Okay.
While you do that, I got to go shut my heater off. It's like I'm right next to it. It's so loud. Give me a sec.
Sure.
I got to give it a second. I shut it off, but it always runs for another 30 seconds. Can you hear it?
I cannot.
Okay, then I guess we'll just go for it. All right. Coach, thanks for sharing that. What was the final score of that game?
It'll end up being 50 to 30. 50 to 30.
So what all do you guys carry? So we got, I saw superpower, wingback counter, wedge, a quick fullback toss, quick fullback dive. What else you guys carry?
We can run fullback trap. Ever seems like anybody that runs three back offense or shoot even in spread. Everybody runs inside trap. We can run that. We'll run buck sweep off a trap. So I guess buck trap would be the correct term for our trap. We actually did start running that in that game a little bit later. It's not a play we run a whole lot, but sometimes it comes up big. It's just a different look out of the backfield. Sometimes we can get an advantage on the edge, and it's a good play for us. You saw the toss, we'll run. That's honestly about it. We don't do a lot of things. We just
Yeah.
try to do a few things as well as we can.
Yeah. How about through the air? You guys run waggle or anything else?
We do. We run waggle. We get quite a bit of mileage out. It's a real good play for us. Puts the quarterback on the edge. He can run it or throw it if he has to, or either direction. Should be a positive play as long as we get the defensive end handled. Do have some play action off of run it off pretty well anything. Truthfully, we do not throw the ball a whole lot. I'm not even sure how many times we threw it this year, but when we do, it's normally to wide open receivers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now tell me, on your superpower, do you just block it one way always, or do you ever tag it like where you might, like if you do have somebody dive bombing, like you were saying, any special tags or adjustments you might use or things that have been good to you?
Not really. It's more in the technique the offensive lineman will use. We will work, we call it a submarine block, trying to dig those guys out of there. You're obviously not going to get very much movement when a guy's diving on the ground, but if you can stalemate him, stop any penetration, and just kind of build a real shallow wall there, fullback get a kick out, get a crease. We don't need much daylight. Hopefully you just get a few yards. We're not trying to bust a big play. We'll take them if they come, obviously, but people want to dive bomb, that's fine. And then if we do throw the ball, your pass protection is not very good.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
I'm sorry, your pass rush isn't
Pass
very
rush, yeah. Now, Coach, you had mentioned that you guys had been in a couple different offenses. You felt like this double wing was really matching your personnel. So was this just for a certain group of kids coming through, or is this something you guys think you'll stick with for a while?
good. I would imagine we will stick with it. It fits our it kind of fits our town well. We don't generally have tremendous athletes that are going to be able to spread the field out, sling the ball around, do things in space. We've been very fortunate to have kids that have bought into what we're doing wholesale. They believe in it, they like it, and they pride themselves on being able to do it. And for now, at least, it really has fit kind of our personality.
Yeah. So did it take any convincing of the kids when you first went to it, or parents, or
You know,
obviously winning
thank goodness,
helps?
no. Yeah, you're right. Winning it can cover up a lot of ugly things, and since we've gone to it, we have been very successful. So we really haven't had to go there. When we went to it, it had been kind of like what you had said. We had it in 2 or 3 years previously, but it was like you said, for a change of pace or a short yardage package, goal line package. Um, we were most of the way through a summer and realized, hey, what we're needing to do probably not going to work, and kind of made a wholesale change at the last minute. And that was in 22. It was the first year we went to it full time, and we ended up going to the semis that year in it. Our first year out of the gate with it. It's kind of hard to get away from it.
Yeah, yeah, I know that feeling. Well, Coach, thanks so much for sharing with our community. And how can guys get a hold of you if they have some questions for you?
Teacher at Johnston City High School, they can in Johnston City, Illinois. They can call up here. They can website's got my email. It's mmummert@jcindians.org.
Okay, mmummert@jcindians.org. Are you on X at all?
I am, but I don't really know how to use it. Coach Thomas made me get it so he could see stuff that he posted.
We'll just let that be a no. You're gonna have to email them. Well, Coach, man, really thankful for your time and best of luck to you, the Indians, as you go forward.
Hey, thank you very much.
All right, man. I'll stop the show right there. Actually,
All
the
right.
footage came through really clear, so I don't think you'll need to share it.
Okay.
So I think we're set to go, man. I'll probably put this up I'm busy refereeing tonight and Saturday, so I probably won't put this up till like Monday, Sunday, Monday, as I
Okay,
kind of settle in and take some time off for Christmas. So, but I'll shoot you
absolutely.
a message when it's up. All right, man. Well, thanks for sharing, Coach. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you as well. I really appreciate you reaching out.
Yeah,
Pretty
you
cool
bet,
deal.
man. Big fan. I was watching. I told telling Coach this was my first year out in 23 years. I had a handful of games I'd check in on every Friday night, and um, your guys were on my list, right? Because I just love. I always know my people that are running the style of offense I love, and so anyway, I was keeping an eye on you guys and was excited to see that you made a run and knew I had to reach out. So
We appreciate it. We appreciate you reaching out. And I know a lot of, I don't know how many people will end up watching, but I kind of hope it's just not for everybody because I don't really want to see everybody else start doing it. I don't want to defend
yeah,
it.
exactly. Yeah, I don't want to defend it. I know that's how it is. All right, Coach, man, have a Merry Christmas.
You as well.
See you, man.
See you.